Yo, hoop fans, your sideline sage, Tips and Upstreams, is lacing up once again. On deck, deep dives into the freshest NBA clashes, ready to set the planks ablaze. But before we jump the ball, be sure to hammer that subscribe on our YouTube channel to keep hooked with our sharp forecasts and prime selections. All right, let's bounce into today's NBA Crystal Ball reads. The first prediction for today is for the game between Orlando Magic and Detroit Pistons. In the next big clash of the Eastern Conference, the Orlando Magic are gearing up to take on the Detroit Pistons. The Magic, with an impressive tally of 31 wins and 25 losses, are looking to push their lead in the series to 3-0 against the Pistons, who've had a tough season with only 8 wins to their 47 losses. Set in Detroit, this game brings an intriguing dynamic as the Magic aim to cement their place in the playoffs, while the Pistons are desperate to snap their current 4-game skid. The Magic's recent performance has been stellar, marking a 7-3 streak in their last 10 outings, notably including a big win against the Cleveland Cavaliers. The dynamic duo of Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner has been central to the team's success, with Wagner dropping a whopping 38 points in their last showdown against the Pistons, securing a 111-99 victory. Their sharpshooting and strategic play in half-court setups gives the Magic a significant advantage, especially facing a Pistons defense that's been lagging all season. On the flip side, the Pistons have been battling uphill, evident from their losing streak and dismal season record. Yet, they've shown sparks of potential, managing to beat the odds in 12 of their last 17 games, suggesting a gritty determination that could pose a challenge for the Magic, especially as Detroit plays host after a demanding series of away games. Stat-wise, the Magic hold the upper hand in key areas like shooting accuracy and rebounds, essential for clinching wins. Their defense, ranked 7th for limiting opponent scores, starkly contrasts with the Pistons' 27th place in defense. These stats highlight the uphill battle for the Pistons in this matchup. However, the Pistons have shined on their home court, and the Magic's reliance on younger talent introduces a level of unpredictability, especially away from home. The potential absence of Jalen Suggs could also dent Orlando's guard play, offering Detroit a window to exploit weaknesses in the Magic's formation. Historically, the Magic have dominated in Detroit, but the Pistons' resilience, especially in covering spreads, hints at a possibly tight game. Yet, with Orlando's offensive and defensive edge, they're tipped to win and likely cover the spread. The Pistons might keep it competitive with the advantage of playing at home, but Orlando's consistency and depth are expected to carry the day. I'm expecting a nail-biter of a game where the Magic will leverage their offensive firepower and rock-solid defense to snag the victory. The outcome hinges on the current betting line, yet I'm confident the Magic will not only surpass it, but also cover the gap. I'm banking on the Orlando Magic to beat the 6.5-point betting line, with the scoreboard lighting up beyond 226 points, thanks to the scoring prowess and recent performance of both squads. The next prediction for today is for the game between Boston Celtics and New York Knicks. Amid the NBA's heart-pounding season, the Boston Celtics and New York Knicks are set to light up prime time with a hoop spectacle that's got everyone on the edge of their seats. This isn't your average ball game. It's a showdown between Eastern Conference giants. Leading the pack, the Celtics boast an impressive 44-12 record, while the Knicks, hot on their heels, stand strong at 34-22. The battleground. The Knicks' turf, setting the scene for an electrifying face-off. The Celtics, on a high with a 7-game winning spree, have been tearing through defenses like a hot knife through butter. Their recent thrashing of the Nets by an eye-watering 50 points speaks volumes of their dominance on the court. Hitting the net with a 57.1% field goal accuracy and a 48.9% success rate from beyond the arc in that clash, they've flaunted their scoring might. On defense, they're a wall, restricting opponents to a mere 38.3% field goal success. The team's harmony shines through in snagging 51 rebounds and dishing out 32 assists in their latest game, with Peyton Pritchard stealing the spotlight by banking 28 points and pulling down boards, underscoring Boston's depth and flair. Conversely, the Knicks are finding their groove, coming off a rough patch as they approach the All-Star break. Even with a win against Philadelphia under their belt, their erratic play has raised eyebrows. Their defeat to the Magic exposed weaknesses, particularly in defense, letting the Magic shoot at a staggering 63.2%. Yet Jalen Brunson's gritty 33-point performance in their last game captures the Knicks' tenacity. Despite hiccups, their moments of brilliance this season, coupled with the advantage of playing at home, signal they're not to be taken lightly. A deep dive into their recent face-offs paints a picture of fierce competition, with the Celtics often gaining the upper hand. The recipe for success? Sharpshooting, commanding the boards on both ends, and keeping turnovers low. The Celtics have mastered these elements both in their den and enemy territory, tipping the scales in their favor for this clash. Nevertheless, the Knicks' prowess on their home court is undeniable. Sporting a 19-8 record at home, they've proven they can rise to the occasion amidst their supporters. The absence of Julius Randle looms large, yet it opens doors for others to step into the limelight. The Knicks' resilience and hustle for every ball will be key in this duel. Wrapping up, the Knicks are geared up to give it their all, backed by their home crowd's roar, but the Celtics' depth, shooting superiority, and defensive strength position them as the frontrunners. Yet, with the Knicks' resolve and the game's inherent unpredictability, expect them to challenge the 7-point spread in a nail-biter. The set over under the total of 223.5 points hints at a score fest, and considering the offensive firepower of both squads, betting on the total points to exceed this figure seems like a smart move. I'm placing my chips on the Knicks to beat the 7-point spread, with the scoreboard ticking past 223.5 points. The last prediction for today is for the game between Brooklyn Nets and Minnesota Timberwolves. In the eagerly awaited clash, the Brooklyn Nets square off against the Minnesota Timberwolves in a match that's set to spark excitement. The game has drawn the spotlight from NBA fans and betting circles alike, thanks to the distinct trajectories and playing styles of the teams at play. Under the new guidance of Kevin Ollie, the Brooklyn Nets aim to pivot their season following a streak of unimpressive outings. They've demonstrated offensive prowess with an average of 113.4 points per game, yet their defense lags, allowing 115.6 points. Their success from the three-point line, hitting 36.8%, is key. Ben Simmons' comeback, with averages of 8.3 points and 5.5 assists in recent games, injects much-needed dynamism into their strategy. Nonetheless, their performance on the road, especially against the spread with a 9-15 record, hints at weaknesses the Timberwolves might leverage. Conversely, the Minnesota Timberwolves are on an upswing, showcasing a strong record and coming off a commanding win over the Portland Trail Blazers. Led by Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns, the Timberwolves have shown their might, particularly on their home turf. Their balanced game is reflected in averaging 114.0 points per game, while only giving up 106.7, highlighting their prowess on both offense and defense. Their knack for forcing turnovers and dominating rebounds, with an average of 45.9 per game, underscores their comprehensive team strength. A key factor is the Timberwolves' resilience in back-to-back games, facing the Nets after playing the Milwaukee Bucks. Typically, teams show fatigue in such scenarios, but the Timberwolves' depth and the recent All-Star break might cushion this effect. Their impressive run at home and their streak of 4 wins before the break indicate a team in sync and brimming with confidence. In head-to-head matchups, especially at the Timberwolves' home, the home court advantage is significant. The Timberwolves have proven they can ramp up their performance before their fans, and with the Nets' road woes, this factor is even more critical. Injuries and team dynamics also play crucial roles in the outcomes. With the Nets adapting to Ollie's coaching style, there's a chance for a revitalized team effort. However, the Timberwolves' consistency and robustness, marked by Gobert's double-doubles and Edwards' scoring, seem to edge them ahead. Given the Timberwolves' superior shooting accuracy, rebounding strength, and defensive statistics, coupled with their position in the Western Conference, they're set to cover the spread. The Nets might find it tough to match the Timberwolves' balanced assault and tight defense. With the spread at minus 7.5 for the Timberwolves and an over-under of 217 points, the tilt is towards the Timberwolves covering the spread. Their clutch performance, alongside the Nets' defensive lapses and the challenge of an away game, suggests Minnesota will not just win, but also exceed the spread. The total points are predicted to favor the over, given both teams' scoring ability and recent trends. In summary, while the Nets look to establish a new groove under Coach Ollie, the Timberwolves' form, home court edge, and statistical advantage position them as the likely victors to win and surpass the spread in a game expected to outdo the total points threshold set by odds makers.